Terrible sandwich, by the way. To train with the girls today.
Get ragdolled by Michelle and Kayla in one go.
They're just dropping you on your dome.
Yeah. I don't think I want to do this anymore. This is a stupid sport. I'm not even
Go
having
back
fun.
to UPS. Let's get back in the Amazon truck. You know what I'm saying? All right. Speaking of getting, speaking of getting in trucks, we've got Cedricus Dumas. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy, JP. And in today's episode, we will be breaking down and giving our predictions for every single fight. UFC Fight Night, Sterling versus Zalal in Las Vegas, Nevada. But before we do, we have a few things to cover. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We are so happy to have you here at Locked Door MMA. Make sure to do us a favor and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications. It's free to do and it really helps the boys out. We are on the road to 1,000 subs and we couldn't be happier. And you know what, guys? It really makes our day when you join the community. So go ahead, do that right freaking now. And JP is going to talk about some of the fights from this past weekend. Controversy on the card. We'll dive into that. JP, I'll let you take it from here.
Oh man. My God. 327. Sat here talked about some of the officials. We gotta go back to training or not have them, whatever it is. Some of them are pretty bad. And then we moved to last weekend. The judging was absolutely atrocious. Blew my mind watching this card. Okay, first and foremost, never thought I'd see the day where a hometown fighter gets absolutely robbed.
Right.
Like, you can't even make a case that Aldrich won that fight. In my eyes, there's no case whatsoever. But I don't know. When they said, what was it, 29-28 or something? I was like, yep, unanimous. Yep, let's go. That's a dub. Because the way the card started, I was like, Jesus Christ. Lost the first fight because we're just dumbasses and pick Siraj. That guy should never fight in the UFC ever again. And then the draw. And I was like, okay, we finally got one. And then that was just terrible. That was probably the worst robbery I've ever seen of a hometown fighter. And then, what was it? Was it the Young Moises fight? Was that a split decision? I remember that. Yeah, so that was split. How? Yes, he won the first round. 2 and 3 were all Gage Young. Clear as day. Dude's emoting. People are pissed at him because he didn't get the finish because he's emoting on him. Which, that's a whole different story. I kind of agree, but also whatever, I guess.
I liked it personally. I mean, for the guy that hasn't had much success in the UFC and not had many things go his way, when you're teeing off on a UFC vet like Thiago Moises, hell yeah, dude, do a little dance in between shots. Who cares? If it's Sean O'Malley, the crowd goes wild and everyone's clipping it and saying, oh my God, he's the GOAT. But if it's G Money, we're saying it's silly and you need to go for the finish. Come on now. Give the guy a break there.
But the funniest thing to me is he's literally sitting there. Moises is on his back with his hands. You just know your fighter's losing when they go to their back and use their hands to hold up their head. It's chalked at that point. His feet are on like Gage's legs. And Gage just sitting there doing his dance. I'm like, this dude's not going to kick him? Like, his feet are just resting on him. I was like, whatever, dude. I don't know. But yeah, that's a split decision. And then the Phillips and Jordan fight was a unanimous decision. Which, don't get me wrong, we still think Jordan won that fight. We picked Jordan. I think that fight was much closer all 3 rounds than the Moises Gage Young fight. And like, I don't understand how one of those is split and the other one makes no sense to me, but whatever. Mike Malott gets it done. Gilbert Burns retires. Is what it is. Malott, good precision, dude. Good precision. He's looking better and better. Making his wrongs right for us, at least. Okay. Giving back, if you will.
100%. He was the lock of the card for a reason. Everyone all week was telling me, Gilbert Burns, look how he looked against Hamzat. I don't want to hear it, guys. If you're talking about fights that took place 3 years ago or even further in the past, we don't want to hear it. Like, come on. Gilbert Burns clearly was the much lesser opponent in that matchup. Mike Malott put it on him, and that's why he was the lock. Why were you guys asking me all week? Why was he the lock? Why was he the lock? That's why. That's why.
I I don't. How do put this? Okay, the MMA community and people who watch, the fans and everything. A majority of them I like, right? We all get along. We love watching fights. Sit there, talk fights. Everybody has their opinions, this and that. All right, I get clowned for saying John Jones is a trash can. That's fine. The small majority, or the small handful, I guess it would be, that says congrats on locking a minus 350, or that says we missed one fight on the main card. Okay, Nalo sold this finish. Is what it is. Dude runs into the pocket. Jai Herbert's bouncing off the cage. Looks like he's got his finish on a silver platter. Dude runs into the pocket. Hands at his waist. Woo! Okay. Other than that, we hit a main card or perfect main. And then somebody's commenting, what was it? Congrats on the possible perfect main, even though you pick all favorites. Sometimes people like to pick the dog. What? What? Or like people all the time, well, the value's on the dog. No shit. That's why they're an underdog. It makes no sense.
That's how
to
it
me.
works. That's how it works. And for you guys that maybe are watching the channel for the first time, our job is to predict the winners of the fights. We don't necessarily care about the odds and the breakdown of the value at this current point. If we're talking about betting, it's different. We're making predictions for the winners of these fights, right? And so, yeah, we do a lock every single week. We got to pick somebody. And if you're complaining about the odds, then you may be watching the wrong channel. I don't know. Go watch one of those other channels that loses their predictions every single week. But enough said with that, JP. I'll let you get back to where you were.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. If we're talking betting, road to 1K. Okay, we're building a community here. Once the community gets bigger, we can do something to have a side thing that talks about betting this and that. But yeah, as far as prediction goes, yeah, we're picking the winner of the fights. I don't know, dude. I think Gilbert, look how he looked against Hamzat. The same thing with Yuri last weekend. The same thing with Charles against Max. You could tell some of these people just don't watch film and just take one fight that they saw 3 years ago and just hold it close to the heart. But is what it is, man. 8-3-1, another draw. Speaking of betting, if you're out there betting on draws,
They're hot right now.
oh my God, you're probably cashing out like crazy. Okay. And then I'm going to start doing it. We're not going to see a single draw for like the next 8 months.
Honestly, can you? Like, I'm tired of the draws. Can you just throw a little 10-cent bet every single weekend?
I'll throw a buck at, is there going to be a draw on the card? Every
What is
card
that?
from here on out.
What does that turn into? What are the odds on those?
I mean, I believe it's like +3 or 5,000, something like that.
5,000, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know. I believe last time we looked at it, because we looked at it one card. I forget what it was, but we were like, hey, this fight's going to be close. But I don't know. You're probably cashing out like crazy. Weird weekend. Weird weekend. Decent card. Main card was much better. The Silva Jasmine fight, last fight I'll talk about. Dear God. Karine Silva needs to go do competitive jiu-jitsu. I mean, how many times? Oh, we said it perfectly. She's going to lay on her back. She's going to throw up subs. They're going to be close, not end up getting any, and she's going to be on her back the whole time. Go do competitive jiu-jitsu, because you probably win that match. If you don't put them out, you probably win it, though. Whatever. It is what it is. I don't know if I will ever pick her ever again since that one time I locked her. So, yeah, not a bad card. Weird. Bad judging. That's for sure.
Oh, 1,000%. But that's going to take us into this weekend's card. Like I said earlier, we are in Las Vegas at the renewed, restored Apex Center, looking a lot better than it did. First fight on this card, we've got Talita Alencar taking on Julia Polastri.
More women's fights, baby. We got 3 more women's fights this weekend. Okay, and this one might be, I don't want to say a banger, but we might have a shot here. Okay. Small cage, Meta Apex. You guys hear us talk about it all the time. Brevin talks about how I love small cages. Okay. You don't got much places to run. You got to stand there and fight. Some people might think that favors Alencar. Her jiu-jitsu is pretty good. She is nasty on the ground. Her wrestling, not so much. She struggles getting there sometimes. Polastri is kind of a fucking dog. Okay, she walks forward. She's got that Muay Thai stance, Muay Thai style. She'll eat shots. All right, she is the girl that Poopy Loopy almost shit on in the third round of their fight. Okay, another reason to hate comment right there. The guy who hates Poopy Loopy. But Alencar's not going to have anything for her on the feet. And we think Polastri, yes, she's getting taken down by Godinez and stuff like that. Godinez is a good grappler. And she's got good hands to go with it, right? We saw her drop Tatiana. But Polastri on the feet is going to be night and day, much better than Alencar. Alencar just kind of throws these wild looping overhands. She doesn't put any volume out there. She's going to be at a reach disadvantage, size disadvantage. We saw her against Luciano. I know she won the second one, but the first one, when you stuff a couple of her takedowns, she starts to shoot really bad from really far away. We understand the cage might favor her style, but we think Polastri's going to light her up on the feet, be good enough for takedown defense. We're taking Polastri.
Yeah, 1000%. And like you said, JP, the nickname suits her. Psycho. She's gonna walk forward. She doesn't really care what's coming at her, and she's gonna go attack the other woman in the octagon. Give us Polastri.
No kidding, Psycho. The way she was walking down Loopy in that third round was, she literally just drops her hands. It's just Michael Myers walk. All right, moving up. Interesting one here. Max Griffin is taking on Victor Valenzuela.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Max Griffin. Yeah, I guess you can call him a UFC vet. He's fought 18 times in the UFC. He doesn't have a winning record in the UFC, but 18 times is impressive nonetheless. He's on a 2-fight skid, lost a close one against Chris Curtis, fought Michael Chiesa, got choked out. Neither one of them looked very good on the feet either. That's the other thing too, JP. I feel like Chiesa's so open to getting hit. And if
Yeah.
you're not outstriking Chiesa, I have issues with it, and, like, you can make the argument he was probably outstriking him, but there are so many openings to finish Chiesa on the feet. Max Griffin couldn't do it. Plus, he's 40 years old. He has taken on a much younger fighter in Victor Valenzuela, who, candidly, guys, we don't like all that much, but given the fact that he's 32, he's gonna press forward, throw big shots. We think he's gonna be able to get it done over the aging, Max Griffin, who might look a little bit like, Gilbert Burns after this fight, cutting off the gloves, throw him in the middle. We've seen that recently, so give us Victor Valenzuela, and then give us a Max Griffin retirement afterwards.
Yeah. Brevin said it perfectly. We do not really like this kid. Valenzuela, he's a brawler who's going to come forward, doesn't move his head. If he thinks he hurts you, he's just going to start uncorking shit, hands low. Often gets caught by guys who just shell up on the cage and then explode out with a big one. He gets clipped all the time. Um, I know everybody's going to be wondering where the guy who beat his ass, I believe his name's Michael Oliveira on the Contender Series. I don't know why that kid's not fighting yet. Um, that kid's going to be a problem, I think. But Valenzuela, yeah, I don't know. Max Griffin, we're going to be in a small cage, so he's not going to be able to really avoid Valenzuela the whole time. Even if he does or tries to, it's never been Griffin's style to get on his bike, use his footwork. He's 40. His fight's eh. Give us Valenzuela.
Yeah, JP, you weren't kidding. I think the main thing to talk about there was that opponent from the Contender Series, Michael Oliveira, because that guy is like a GI Joe, if you look at his
Yeah.
Tapology photo. Chiseled to the max, knocks everybody the hell out. We'll have to keep a close eye on his, upcoming bouts because, yeah, he hasn't had one scheduled, but we need to get him in the octagon ASAP.
Dude's a killer.
Sure looks like it. Alright, moving up this card, we're making quick work of it. Rafael Filho is gonna take on Custom made Cody Durden.
Custom made. It's like the great value version, right? The great value product. Kroger version, if you will. Cody Durden. Everybody knows who he is. He's a tough guy. Can wrestle a little bit. His hands aren't great. He's got power, though. He's willing to slug it out. Willing to just come forward and fight you, basically. We're taking Filho. Filho's better on the ground. Technical enough on the feet. I don't think he's going to mess around with Cody on the feet and let him just tee off. And he's nasty. He's a nasty grappler. I mean, Clayton Carpenter, we saw what we did to him. Clayton's pretty good and well-rounded, right? And Nascimento, we saw him clip Cody and then put him away. We think Filho's going to do the exact same thing. I think it's honestly night and day on the ground. Cody might be able to stuff a couple, but if he gets his back taken, which Filho can do that, standing, all the above. Filho all the way.
Yeah, 1,000%. I think you're looking at a great spot for Filho. Cody Durden has not looked good in his past couple performances. We've seen him fight a lot. One, two, three. No, excuse me, two fights in 2025 and then one already in 2026. Cody Durden stays active, and that's because he needs to keep making these paychecks because he's not getting win bonuses. So, um, that's a problem. That's a problem, especially going up against Filho, who does have good hands, like JP was saying, and he's a better grappler against a guy in Cody Durden who wants to wrestle and grapple. So even if this fight stayed standing, I'd be worried about Durden's chin. Filho, he has power. He's got 5 wins via KO, TKO. He can put you on your ass, knock you out cold. Durden's got to be careful in this one if he wants any chance of surviving. But candidly, I think he's in there just to put food on the table and make another paycheck. Give us Rafael Filho.
Maybe that's why he fights the way he does. He's like, hey, the win bonus, it's long gone. Let's just try and get fight of the night, baby. Every
Performance,
time.
yeah, 1,000%.
Oh, man. All right. Moving up. Next women's fight. Mayra Bueno Silva returns going up against Michelle Montague.
Yeah, Montague's an interesting one, guys. Undefeated women's fighter, nicknamed the Wild One, and she is. She's a strong girl. She's tall for this division. She's very big. She's going to press forward, look to wrestle, take you down, and basically, JP, woman handle you. Yeah, I said that right. Woman handle you. That's what she's looking at doing. Very, very dominating presence when she's in the octagon, similar to Kayla Harrison. Right. I believe they've trained together, JP. I think that's where the correlation came in at one
They
point in
might have.
time. Because I know we talked about her and Kayla having some relationship there. But Mayra Buena Silva, she's on a losing skid as well, guys. One, two, three, four in a row with a no contest as well. Hasn't won since 2023. That is a long time. And you're fighting an absolute killer in Montague. Now, Silva, she does have 7 wins via submission. She's never been submitted. That to me is a problem. And I'll tell you why, because you feel comfortable on the ground with your jujitsu, and I don't think you should against a girl this strong. I think it gets her into trouble. Give us Michelle Montague to get it done in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Wild One's a great nickname because she's a fucking dog when she gets a handle of you. Okay. Her striking, not great. Okay. We got a ways to go in that department. She does throw hard. Okay, but we got to work on our footwork, cutting people off, straighten out our punches, a little bit better technique. But Brevin's right. Bueno Silva, she doesn't do it a lot. Like, I don't want to say she's not no Carini Silva, but she will throw up shit off her back, which is fine. But again, we say it all the time. I say how we always sound like a bird because we repeat ourselves. At some point, you got to give it up because you're not fucking getting it. And then Michelle, on top of that, if you're on your back long enough with Michelle, her ground and pound is fucking gross. She will throw elbows, just haymakers, hammer shit. All right, she won't jail to Almeida you and just lay on you. So the small cage favors her style. And Bueno Silva just apparently the no contest was because she was taking like Adderall or something, I guess. And ever since then, off the Adderall, and she's just done nothing but losing. So who knows? Maybe she should start popping them again, try and hide it.
Maybe so. And JP, I was right. They're teammates, her and Kayla
Oh,
Harrison. So that duo, watch
no
out.
wonder. Yeah.
Hmm.
God
Yeah, they're
damn.
in the weight room together too. Holy cow.
Imagine, imagine showing up to that gym.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
hey, we ain't got nobody to grapple with you. You want to go with Michelle or Kayla? No, no, I don't.
No, I actually don't. Hey, we're actually gonna have you with a women's class today. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Like I'll actually be able to work on my craft a little bit and ragdoll these women. Uh, no, I won't. Holy cow.
Yeah, yeah, come home. Hey, babe, how's training? Terrible. Don't ask me again.
It was terrible. Terrible sandwich.
Yeah. Uh, actually, terrible sandwich, by the way.
Terrible sandwich, by the way. To train with the girls today.
Get ragdolled by Michelle and Kayla in one go.
They're just dropping you on your dome.
Yeah. I don't think I want to do this anymore. This is a stupid sport. I'm not even
Go
having
back
fun.
to UPS. Let's get back in the Amazon truck, you know what I'm saying? All right. Speaking of getting speaking of getting in trucks, we've got Cedricus Dumas. We've got Cedricus
Oh
Dumas taking
man.
on Jackson McVey.
Oh my god. Yeah. I don't. We're taking Dumas. No. If you're going to bet
To
on
jail.
Dumas, yeah, take him to jail. Bet on him getting arrested. Apparently his house burnt down, I think. If I saw that correctly, I saw him
That's
and
terrible.
Terrence
But
McKinney.
Buddy just lit his own house on fire just to commit larceny or arson. Larceny.
Yeah,
What's grand
Larson.
larceny? Arson.
Um,
Holy cow, dude. I can't even think.
and he survived the fire because he put his dog crate in the bathtub and then got in the dog crate and ran the water. So he didn't get burned at all.
The smart guy.
Yeah, we're taking McVey. Dumont sucks. I don't know how he's still in the UFC. We may or may not even get there. They were supposed to fight before. I believe he couldn't get his ankle monitor off because he said, "Hey, judge, I won't fight." And they said, "You aren't doing anything. Go sit in your house." And that's probably when it burned down. I don't know. Thank you, McVey.
Well, that's unfortunate, but we're taking McVey. Sorry about the house, Dumas. It is what it is. Karma's a bitch. All right. Moving up. We've got Rodolfo Vieira taking on Eric McConico.
Do you want this
Oh
one
yeah,
first? You want
it's
me?
mine. No, I'll go for it. So this was a close matchup for us. Watching the film, really breaking down each fighter, it came down to a number of things. One of them, which one's going to be able to implement their game plan? We talk about that a lot. Being in the small cage, we worry that Vieira is going to be able to grapple. Okay, that is his path to victory, and I think that gave you guys a little bit of insight because we're going to be taking Eric McConico. We think he's the better striker between the two. I mean, we don't think, we know. Vieira struggles with shelling up, eating punches, not moving his head off the center line. He just kind of plots forward, takes a lot of big unnecessary shots. See the Bo Nickel matchup, and his takedowns have not been very clean and accurate when he does shoot them. Now, I will give him credit. He does shoot a decent amount of volume of takedowns, so he is keeping you on your toes. From a striking perspective, you always have to be wary of that. But McConico showed us that he has takedown defense. In the fight, in his last fight against Cesar Kayev, that was the best effort I got there. Um, he was definitely the worst grappler between the two by quite a bit, but he put up a pretty good fight. When he was taken down, he get quickly back up to his feet. He just ended up getting knocked out, which, if you know anything about Basangar, he's going to knock you out. Now with Eric, he's really going to have to defend these takedowns. And if he can, this fight stays standing, he'll be the cleaner striker. So we're taking the big time underdog, Eric McConico, to get it done. It's an interesting matchup, battle of the styles. And if Eric can keep his style in play and they're striking the majority of the fight, he'll be just fine. If he gets dragged down to the canvas, Vieira's a much, much better grappler. We may be in trouble with the submission coming from Vieira, but give us Eric McConico taking the dog shot here.
Yeah, man. He ain't lying. We talked about this one for a while. Um, and it's tough. It really is. Because on the feet, I mean, I know everybody's going to look at McConico's record and see he got slumped by Seserkayev. He's losing to Ruziboyev. Those are two killers in this division, if you ask me. And I don't think I feel like it's a similar thing to Robert Valentin, right? The Seserkayev fight, he lost, got slumped, whatever. If you actually look at it, didn't look that bad, okay? Against Ateba, oh, Robert Valentin quit, he sucks, this and that. No shit. Who doesn't quit against Ateba? Okay? I mean, I know he just went to decision, but still. The point remains. And then Robert goes out last week and we see that and dominates a dude. Now, LeBlanc blew ass. We told you he blew ass, but McConico's performance didn't look that bad. On the feet, he's going to be much better. He's way straighter. He throws more volume. He doesn't plot around as much. Like Brevin said, Vieira shells a lot. You know, he explodes with big shots, but I don't mind McConico striking. I think it's pretty decent. And then the takedown defense from what I saw in the Seserkayev fight, in the clinch at least, on the fence and stuff like that, it looks decent. Now, Brevin made a point. I was talking to him earlier. I said, Rodolfo shoots a lot and doesn't get a lot of takedowns. He has like 23% accuracy. He's like 0 for 6, 0 for 20, 1 for 11. And then Brevin said, yeah, but he's shooting against good wrestlers. That is another good point. So this fight is very... One guy, Rodolfo could get to him early, put him on his back, take his back, put him out. Oh, it was so easy. You should have known that. Or he goes out there, shoots 8 takedowns, gets one. McConico gets up, starts putting hands on him. McConico, in our eyes, can win by decision, TKO, or just knock him out cold. Whereas Vieira, he doesn't do well with winning decisions. And it kind of feels like if he doesn't get this sub, we're stuck on the feet. But then you say, oh, this is small cage. Very close fight. Who knows? We're taking dog money.
Yeah, we're taking dog money. And like JP said, it's almost submission or bust for Vieira. So even if you are on the Vieira side, you can play the submission. And I think you're going to get better odds there. But yeah, for us, it just came down to that. McConico has more ways to win. He's a better striker. He's just got to evade the takedowns. All it takes is one with Vieira. I'll give him that. If he takes you down, watch out for the arm triangles. He hunts those a lot. McConico has been finished via arm triangle before. This was when he was an amateur fighter against Austin Vanderford. So he's got to be mindful of these things. And I'm sure that he's developed a lot, worked on his grappling quite a bit. And then obviously in camp leading up to this fight, like you know what you're going to get with Rodolfo Vieira. So work on the takedown defense and the submission defense, and you'll be fine. I think it's a good dog spot.
Oh, man, it's going to be a close fight. It's going to, like I told you earlier, it's going to be one of these ones where whatever guy wins, everybody's going to be like, oh, that was so easy to pick. Oh, I told you so. When in reality, this is a fight where both guys can have very doable paths.
Yeah, 1000%. All right, that moves us up to the main card. We're starting with the big boys. Marcus Buchecha is taking on Ryan Superman Spann.
Superman. Ryan Spann is up there for us on the dumbest fighters in the UFC. Okay. Ryan Spann is also another guy who has incredible potential for talent and ways to finish a fight. I mean, what is he, Brevin? 6'5".
Yep.
Dude's huge. Athletic freak. Gasses out. Makes arguably horrendous decisions at times. Fight IQ's not very high. But when he's on, he's on. He's going up against a guy who's a world-class jiu-jitsu guy, Marcus Buchecha. So if we get to the ground and Ryan Spann is gassed out and he's on his back, might be in trouble. Only problem with that, Buchecha doesn't throw volume. He's hella slow, and his hands look like shit. You know whose doesn't? It's Ryan Spann. He can strike very well. I would say in the first round and a half, he's honestly a problem. If you don't get to him, make him wrestle a lot, and he has stamina, he's very difficult to deal with. Got a great guillotine choke. Buchecha's wrestling, he's a world-class jiu-jitsu guy. His wrestling's not that good. We see it all the time. Same thing with Alencar, okay? We just talked about it with Vieira. Vieira's probably a little bit better wrestler, but still. See it with these high-level jiu-jitsu guys. Their entries and their shots, especially when they're tired, not always great. Okay, if you got good down blocks, if you can fucking sprawl, who was it last weekend? Gay Jung. It was Gay Jung. Towards the end of the fight. Sprawling beautifully. Stuff in the head, sprawling completely, shoving him off. We're taking Ryan Spann, okay? To get it done. Dog money. Striking's much better. Small cage, so they're going to be close. You might say, oh, Buchecha easier with the takedowns. You're going to have to get through a knee or a right hand or something. He's going to be much faster. Buchecha on the feet is not good. Doesn't throw any volume. Give a Superman.
Yeah. Good fight. I'm excited for Ryan Spann. Like, guys, when JP says he's one of the dumbest fighters in the UFC, we don't mean that in a negative way. We love the guy. I would actually say he's probably one of the show favorites. We just talk about some of the decisions that he's made inside of the octagon. Outside the octagon, we're not speaking on behalf of Ryan Spann. We actually think he's a pretty great guy. Ever since moving up from light heavyweight to heavyweight, I think he's looked good. He got the infamous heel hook from Walter Walker. Okay, so does everybody, and so will everybody else because Walter Walker's just that good with the heel hook. Outside of that, guys, he's looked good. Against no, that wasn't even Walter Walker, was it? Sorry, I was looking at somebody else. Anyways, Waldo Cortez Acosta was what I meant. He got knocked out by Waldo. Now Buchecha, he's a good grappler, like JP was saying, but he lost to Ryan Gordon. And Ryan Gordon, he's not even a good jiu-jitsu guy at all. Would you agree, JP?
Ryan Gordon?
Isn't that his name?
The big time jiu-jitsu dude?
Yeah, the one that takes like steroids.
Yeah, the one who's open about it.
Yeah.
Gordon
Oh,
Ryan,
Gordon
that's who it
Ryan.
is.
Ryan Gordon.
I was like, why does that
Anyways,
sound wrong for some
Gordon
reason?
Ryan. Yeah, it sounds like Gordon Ramsay. Anyways, Buchecha is a good jiu-jitsu guy. If this fight lands on the canvas, we better mind our P's and Q's. But up until that point, I trust in Spann's hands, and I think he gets it done. So give us Ryan Spann.
The the openness about the steroids. Like, what are we doing? How is
I don't
that?
know.
Like, why would you even want to compete? Meaning, like, other people. Like, I'd be like, what's the point?
Yeah. No, I have no idea. Uh, good for him, I guess.
Makes
He's
no
an
sense
honest
to
man.
me. I mean, you guys know how I feel about John Jones, so
No,
just
I was thinking about Kennedy and Sheshku. He
yeah,
got heel hooked.
yeah, because
But
he fought Buchecha, right?
um did he? Yes, it
I
was a
believe so.
draw. Yes, he did. And that's why I was thinking of him. The other thing too was in Sheshku was the other heavyweight that moved up from light heavyweight. And both
Yeah,
those guys I think look good, at least with the hands. And that's what we've seen. When light heavyweights move up, their hands have been looking great compared to some of these heavyweights who have much slower hands.
yeah, that could be part of the lighter man skill topic that everybody always talks about. Superman, can he get it done? All right, moving up. This one, I hope will be a good fight. All right, small cage, so somebody gonna have to be more active than they normally are. Montel, Quick, Jackson taking on Rayoni Barcelos.
Yeah, good fight, guys. Really good fight. Rayoni Barcelos has looked great in recent form. Granted, he's approaching 40 years old, but I think, JP, that he's really been hitting his stride. The win over Peyton Talbot was wonderful. A nice win over Cody Garbrandt. And then the win over Ricky Simone. I mean, this guy is putting together some wins. Um, He's kind of like, I don't know, what's the right terminology for it? He's kind of like your old school UFC fighter, the guy from Brazil that's gonna really kind of have everything very technically sound. He's gonna throw calf kicks, he's gonna check kicks really well. He can wrestle, he can grapple, of course. Like that's what Barcelos is to me. However, in this matchup, Montel Jackson, I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, guys, but it's almost a 10-inch reach advantage that Montel Jackson will have. And to me, that's significant because Barcelos, yes, he's very technical, but at times he can shell up. And I cannot stand guys that just completely shell up in the UFC. Your little MMA gloves are not blocking shots. or a lot of shots if guys are throwing in combinations. And Montel Quick Jackson certainly can. He throws straight punches. He's long for the division. And I think his length is going to help him if this fight does go to the mat. I think it helps him stand back up. He's shown that time and time again. And in this matchup, I expect Montel to put on a striking masterclass. So give us Montel Jackson to get the job here over a streaking Barcelos.
Yeah, and Montel can wrestle. He's got good grappling in his own right. He's not necessarily a, what is it, 5-time Brazilian champion like Rayoni is, but I made a point to Brevin earlier. We were talking about this one. I said Montel's got to be more active. Okay, because we've seen it in Montel's fights. I believe it was in his last one as well. He gets caught watching. Okay, because he is more of a counter striker at times. And the problem that counter strikers run into is when somebody else is technically sound and they don't necessarily want to go first, you're just kind of sitting there caught watching. And then you don't throw much. You throw one at a time to try and bait them out. If they don't take the bait, you don't throw nothing. You're not throwing any volume. Rayoni does throw volume. And then Brevin said, yeah, that's probably going to play into Montel's game plan, which I do agree. Rayoni is going to come forward. They're in a small cage, so they're going to get a little bit of grappling off and then throw hands. Rayoni's good at mixing it up, using his hands to get to the grappling, and then if you stuff him, he'll give you hands on the break. But Montel, I mean, Brevin's not lying. What is he exaggerating by? What, 2 inches? So,
Which pretty common for us guys to do.
I mean, all of a sudden, 2 inches is a lot, huh? Excuse me. But yeah, and he will throw a jab, an educated jab. And that's another thing that we have seen in the past weeks, at least in the first quarter of UFC for this year. You got a long reach and you outreach the other guy and you can use an educated jab the whole fight. Just ping him with it. It doesn't got to be hard. Just ping him with it. It gets to be a problem later on in the fight when you're breathing heavy, your nose may be broke, you're gushing out of your nose. Montel's just got to be more active, but I think he does have the skills to get it done. He's going to be much faster on the feet. And I mean, like you said, we were talking about it. Rayoni's getting clipped by Cody Garbrandt. I think Montel can repeat it.
Yeah, 1,000% at range as well, which is important. All right, moving up this card, we've got a very beloved fighter amongst the MMA fan base out there, Davy Grant, taking on Adrian Luna Martinetti.
Davy Grant. All right, everybody wants to say fade the 40s except for old Davy. All right, often a popular underdog. Not this time. Davy Grant, slight favorite. Okay, this should be a good fight. Davy's always one to be known to make it a good fight, a close fight, good footwork, good head movement, good volume. He's a smart fighter. Small cage. So the footwork is not necessarily going to be as effective. And he's going up against a young guy who is just as big, a little bit longer than he is, who is pretty well rounded. He can strike, he can grapple. Okay, everybody's going to remember him from his Contender Series fight with Marky Mark, little Mark Vlognin. I'll let Brevin touch more on that. Maybe.
Nope.
Might be a dangerous topic. But he doesn't move his head great, which is why Vlognin did have quite a bit of success in that fight. He does have a chin on him after seeing that. So this should be a close fight. Like I said, Davy's always prone to make it a very close fight. Split decision central. Okay, so if you are wanting to bet on this fight, split decision. Don't even got to pick anybody. Just bet on a split decision. Can't tell you how many times we've cashed out with that. But this one, it's a tough pick. Did we want to go Davy? He's 40. The other kid's 10 years younger, coming into his prime, 17-1, more well-rounded. Who's got more ways to win? We got to take Luna Martinetti.
Yep. Yep. I think that's what it comes down to for us is more ways to win. Martinetti, good grappler. He can submit Davy Grant, or he can knock him out or win on the scorecards with the hands and the striking expertise as well. Yes, he's a much less experienced fighter, and Davy can make people pay if they're not moving their head and being smart, but give us the upside with Luna Martinetti over the aged out Davy Grant.
Should be a good fight. You know, Davy's always game to throw down. All right. Moving up, another fight that I think is going to be probably pretty controversial throughout the week. Rafa Garcia is taking on Alexander Hernandez.
Yeah, guys, I'll keep this one pretty short for us. JP and I are not very high on Rafa Garcia. His striking to us is pretty mid. He's another one of these guys that kind of shells up if you have him on his back foot, backing up. But more times than not, he's going to be the one trying to press forward and land big shots, big, powerful shots. His wrestling's okay. And if he does get on top of you, he can make you pay. But I could say the exact same things about his opponent, Alexander Hernandez, who has been on a really nice knockout streak as of late, has really been showing off the power in his hands. And he's another guy that has really good footwork, in my opinion. He'll kind of dance around Rafa in this one, and I think he'll outstrike him and possibly knock him out as well. So give us Alexander Hernandez to win this fight. And from a wrestling standpoint, Alexander Hernandez is capable enough to keep this fight standing if he wants. And I think he can even land a few takedowns of his own if he so chooses. I just think there's a lot more pathways for Alexander to get this one done. So give us the El Gran Chengo, Alexander Hernandez.
And it's probably going to be a close fight. Okay, I just talked about split decision. We can run it back on this one as well. Alex Hernandez, everybody wants to talk about Austin Hubbard, Kurt Holloway fights. And we did as well. Okay. You guys know how much we love those two guys. And when people make it a close fight with those two guys. But, I mean, like Brevin said, I think Rafa Garcia sucks. Go watch the Vince Pichel fight. Vince was 42 or like whatever he is. I think he's 43 now. Rafa looked like shit in that fight. Yes, he won. His striking looks like trash. Does not look good. He can't put combos together. He's exploding for everything. You can see it coming a mile away. His wrestling did not look good in that fight. Other than that, who's he beating? Oh, he's beating Jared Gordon. After Jared Gordon got fucking hit by a car? What? What are we talking about? Okay, sure. Who's his other win? Clay Guida? What are we talking about? Everybody loves to say, oh, well, look at this fight 4 years ago. Okay. 4 years ago, he beat Mahashate and then lost to Drakkar Close. I know that guy's brother, by the way. Is that important? Not whatsoever. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Rafa Garcia sucks. Close fight, sure. We're taking Hernandez.
Yeah. The one thing about Hernandez is he does get red really easy once he gets hit. So from a damage visual perspective,
how white that kid is.
Yeah,
Dogger.
not so great. He gets really red, but that's okay. All right, moving up to the co-main. We've got Norma, the immortal, Dumont, taking on Jocelyn Edwards.
Jocelyn Edwards. Okay. Can grapple a little bit. Big ass legs. I don't know why she doesn't kick more. Body kick. If I was her and I'm fighting other girls, I would just hammer body kicks. Her legs are huge. I mean, Saquon-esque. Her hands are okay. She has power in her hands. They're okay. Jocelyn, another thing that she does is we're in between. Do we want to strike the whole time or grapple? And then we'll kind of half-ass both. Everybody's like, oh, she got a 6 stoppage, though. She was getting her ass beat. She was losing to Nora. And then that slam saved her. All right, her wrapping her arm and then, boom, breaking her shoulder. And then I know she choked her out or whatever. But she broke her shoulder is essentially how she won that fight. But she was getting beat. We're standing there watching. She doesn't throw a lot. Her volume's not there. I just don't like it. I think she's very mediocre. She's okay at grappling. She's not elite. Right? If we're going to talk about the dump truck, I mean, everybody wants to talk about Norma's hands. She doesn't have knockouts, this and that. She's very technical. Okay, so she's not necessarily going to go out there and starch girls and put them away, but she's going to go out there and outping them, outstrike them, beat them up for 3 rounds, and win a decision. If she wants to be a decision merchant, is what it is. Okay, it's women's fighting. And in the clinch, she's got good takedown defense. Like I said, Jocelyn has big-ass legs, and when she gets to driving those takedowns, it's hard to stop her. Not when you're up against a dump truck, buddy, okay? We got plenty of caboose to battle with the legs. All right, pal. We're taking Norma, dump truck, Dumont, Jocelyn Edwards. He's mid.
Yeah, I think it's a fun matchup, and for Dumont, like JP was saying, a lot more technical on the feet, better footwork as well, showed up on film, as well as faster hands. And I think if we see the version of Jocelyn Edwards that showed up in the first part of that Cornole fight, it's going to be a long night for Jocelyn inside of that octagon with Norma. I think she'll be able to outpoint her, outstrike her, and really punish her for not throwing enough volume and staying at range with her. I think for Jocelyn, you're going to have to get this fight to the mat early and then really punish Norma with elbows and keep her down to win rounds. Because if this fight is standing whatsoever, Norma's got the advantages there.
Yeah, she does this weird shit where, like, I know we always talk about, like, get a takedown and steal the round. I feel like Jocelyn really tries to time it to like a minute or 45 seconds left, and then she tries. And it's like, brother, just go to your wheelhouse. Whatever. I'm taking dump truck. All right. Main event. Main event, and this one should be a good one. Okay. This one should be a barn burner for sure. Youssef Zalal. What is it? The Moroccan Devil, I believe. Taking on the Funk Master, Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, good fight, good matchup on paper. I just think this one's pretty simple. Another similar situation that what we've talked about before, that for the most part, this fight's going to stay standing. I think Zalal's footwork helps him evade the takedowns coming from Aljamain Sterling and on the feet, which Aljo has shown that he's a willing striker as well. Yusuf's gonna outclass him. Got the cleaner strikes, fast hands, straight punches where Aljo's usually are looping. He combos those up with takedown attempts at the same time, or he'll fake a takedown and try to come over the top with a big looping overhand right. With Zalal, a lot of people give him crap about being on his bike in the third round of the Calvin Cater fight, but I think it's a high IQ move. You were clearly up 2 rounds, win the fight, take very minimal damage and move on with your career. He's going for the belt. I mean, if you guys don't know, this dude's been in the UFC. He left the UFC and now he's back to make a title run. Like he's going to fight smart. He can't afford to lose. It's kind of like the um what's the guy I'm forgetting that
Moicano.
Moicano, thank you. Yes.
I
I can't
cannot
afford to lose.
afford to lose.
Yeah, his name wasn't coming up to me. But Yusuf Zalal, very skilled, and we've seen grappling upside from him as well. I think that's something that's very, very slept on from Zalal. He was put in a lot of compromising positions from Ilia Topuria when he was initially in the UFC. He survived all those submission attempts. Now, Ilia wasn't to the point that Ilia is at now, but the skills were still present. They were still there. And for both these guys, it showed me a lot. So if Aljo does get Zalal to the ground, I believe in his jujitsu and grappling to stay safe. Now we can't accept back position. You will have to work back up to your feet and then outstrike him. That's how this fight needs to go for Youssef Zalal. We think it can. So give us Youssef, the Moroccan Devil, Zalal to get it done and win this fight.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to come down to. Okay, for the people picking Aljo, I can already see it now. They're going to say, look at the Movzar Evloev fight. He was grappling with Movzar. It looked good. He outstruck Brian Ortega. Aljo's striking is okay. It's come a long way, but it's not great. Okay, in the Brian Ortega fight, I think he broke his hand late, but we were striking an awful lot for really no reason in my eyes. I know Brian's got a nasty choke game, but I mean, Aljo's a wrestler. It's what he wants to get to is wrestling. He had that, what was it, neck surgery or something a while ago in his career. And like, I understand the bantamweight talks of him possibly being the best bantamweight ever and all this and that. He is very good. But like Brevin said, everybody who wants to use look at how Gilbert Burns looked against Hamzat and this and that. There you go. Look at how he looked against Ilia. He's not getting choked out, subbed out, whatever it is against Ilia. He's scrambling with him, getting back up to his feet. Is that not a big enough name for everybody who wants to do all that crap and this and that? And then the Calvin Cater thing that Brevin said. I get it. People don't like when people get on their bike and don't fight. Oh, you're running away. You're running away. Go watch the first 2 rounds. He beat the shit out of Calvin, pinging him. Calvin can't cut him off. Like Melissa Croden last week. She needs to learn how to cut people off. I say it every weekend. If somebody is that more elite than you with footwork and you follow them like a puppy and they keep pinging you in the mouth, but then people are going to get mad at that person because they're winning the fight, what are we talking about? Yes, I get it. They're not slugging it out like Chuck Iceman Liddell running at you, just throw. I get it. They don't look like gladiators trying to take their head off. It's smart. And you got to win. And a lot of people can't go backwards like that for 15 minutes, 25 minutes. Youssef can. He's got elite footwork. He doubles up on everything. His volume is good when he goes. He can climb your back from a standing position. He can grapple very well. He's never been submitted. Could Aljo do it? Yes, very well. He's a good grappler. I just think this is Youssef's time. I think on the feet, it's going to be tricky. I kind of think the grappling is probably going to negate itself at some point. They're going to be leaning on the clinch and this and that. And if Aljo's just leaning on him in the clinch and getting empty takedowns and we're right back to our feet, you guys know how Vegas feels about that. Taking Youssef.
Yeah, and the other thing that we didn't mention too, like for as good of a wrestler and grappler that Aljo is, he gasses. And we saw that in the Ortega fight. And listen, I know he broke his hand, but there was points late into that fight that Aljo looked like he was about done.
Yeah.
Okay, but he survived and won the decision. Good for him. If you're getting to that point with a skilled enough striker like Youssef Zalal, it might be over at that point, whether you're winning the fight or not. Now, in the striking exchanges early, I think Youssef's going to win those as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Aljo bounces back for sure, because he didn't look all that great in the Ortega fight. And I'm not high on Brian Ortega striking one bit. I'm not. So, yeah, I think Zalal has a lot of success, and you guys really see the levels to this. And sure, you can live in the past and say, oh, Aljo looked great in this fight and this fight. And all right, well, we're not living in the past. We're living in the present. Zalal is a better fighter. So give us Zalal.
Hopefully it's a good one. All right, we don't need no. And can we get decent referees and just judging that makes somewhat of sense? Please, for the love of God.
That's all we need. All right, that does it for the card. It doesn't do it for the show, so don't go anywhere. We have your free show parlays coming your way like we do every single week, starting with Lockdoor MMA's Lock of the Night. JP, tell the people who we're locking up.
We're locking a guy. Low-key better everywhere. The guy he's fighting is taking on short notice, and he always comes to fight. And Brevin said he comes to fight a lot because he's not getting win bonuses. We're taking Rafael Filho over Cody Durden. Cody Durden, Jesus Christ, is losing. Filho, better grappler. He's got good hands. Sub, possibly. Watch out for your neck, Cody. Gonna have to mind your P's and Q's when you're shooting those doubles. Oh, we're taking Filho.
1000%. All right, now it's time for Brevin's Basic. Let's start with that lock. Give me Rafael Filho to get it done, and then another very prominent grappler. Give me Michel Montague to get it done, and then my third pick in the Basic. Give me my boy Alexander Hernandez over Rafa Garcia. Garcia sucks, as JP once said. So we're taking Alexander Hernandez.
It's a bum. And watch out. Okay? I'm just saying, if Alexander Hernandez, I know he got pulled from his last fight, I think, because of sketchy betting stuff and shit like that. If he gets hit by a car, we're going to have to investigate Rafa Garcia. Okay? Something's going on there. All right? He's calling up his boys. He's saying, hey, dude's going to lunch. Just made weight. Run him over. Don't make it too bad, but run him over. Juicer time. Shut up. Sit down. Last weekend, I think we missed it by Nalo. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. Nalo sold. All right. This weekend, no one's selling. We're hitting another juicer. First one, Youssef Zalal in the main event. He's getting it done over Aljamain Sterling. Next one, the dump truck. Throw in the dump truck because we're going to need the dump truck for the boatload of money we're going to win from this juicer. Throw her in there, Norma Dumont. We're back in Brevin. We're taking the Great Ape, Alexander Hernandez over Garcia because Rafa Garcia sucks. Throw him in there. Next one, Can't get stuck watching. Okay? Gotta throw our hands. Because we got big ass hands and we got long ass arms. And we're much faster. Montel Jackson, small cage. He ain't gonna be able to run from you. Get her done. Throw Montel in there. Superman. Alright? Throw Ryan Spann in there. Get it done. Smart decisions. Faster on the feet. Light him up. How many is that? 5? The final one. I debated it. Okay, we debated who we were going to do. Were we going to do Michelle? Were we going to back Brevin? Throw Montague in there. But we like a different spot more. All right. We're taking Jackson McVey because Cedriquez is probably getting arrested after the fight. Probably jumping in a dog crate. The back of a cop car. Whatever it is. Dude's doing anything other than winning UFC fights. Throw McVey in there. 6 legs. Half of them aren't on DraftKings right now. We'll throw up the odds for you, but it's freaking juiced.
It's freaking juiced. And there you go for all those that hate on us throughout the week about the odds. We're picking fights without the odds even posted. So we don't know what the odds are. Okay. We're picking the winners of the fights, and you guys can do with that as you so choose. We don't care about odds. All right, JP. We made it through another card, but guess what? It's draft week. I know you're excited, and I'm super excited as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We saw big sexy Dexy now in Cincy. Okay, the Giants. What'd they get? Number 10 for him, I believe?
Number 10. Yep.
I have to see. Yeah, I think at this point everybody knows who we're taking. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked and also a little worried if we didn't take Fernando.
Yeah, if you guys moved out of number 1, I might have to send a search party to your house, check on you, because things might not be going over too well at the Renteria house.
If we don't take Fernando, I'm pulling a Cedriquez Dumas.
You're just burning that thing down.
And that could lead to many different things, okay? So we don't know what could happen. But yeah, all right. If the Raiders don't take him, your boy ain't here next week, okay? But yeah, I'm hearing a lot of Ty Simpson rumors. You know, the Cardinals been linked to him. Cardinals apparently have also been linked to Jeremiah Love. Saw that today.
3?
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I heard if they take him at 3, look for the Jets in the top of the second round to take Ty.
Boy, oh boy, would I feel bad for Tyler Algier. Man, you're behind Bijan Robinson, and then you'd be behind Jeremiah Love. Yeah. That's terrible.
True. That is true. And James Conner, he's still there as well. So, Jordan Tyson. All right. ASU. Well, whoa. I was going to throw out the ASU sign. I don't want it to be mistaken as something else. Okay. I don't. Brevin already got us banned on TikTok Live for a little bit. Okay. I don't.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I heard Jordan Tyson, ASU, he had a good pro day. So I think he solidified himself as a number 1 wide receiver.
That's good. Came about 2 months late, but that's okay.
We got hammy problems. Okay. Lord knows it. Jesus Christ. So watching him every weekend, and then Sam Levitt's gone now. ASU's back in the trash.
That's okay.
I'm pissed, dude. I'm pissed. And the Suns, Lord help us.
Lord help them.
The Suns are going to get 40 balled every fucking game after that game last night.
Not too good. But ladies and gentlemen, if you've made it this far, make sure to smack that like button and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the best UFC predictors every single week. But with that, JP, I'll let you take us home.
Road to 1K, baby. Almost there. Almost to 9. All right, we appreciate everybody who's subbing, building the community here. All right, let us know down in the comments who you're taking, who you're locking. All right, what bets do you like? Because we know you guys are smart out there. Okay, you guys can make bets by yourself. All right, use our research. Use your research. That's how you get winning bets. All right, and let us know who you want your team to draft in the NFL. Super excited Thursday night. Ladies and gentlemen, what is it, Brevin? Another next weekend, or is it the weekend after that? 3/28.
The weekend after that.
Nah, that one, get your popcorn ready. All right, get the watch party ready, everything, because that one's going to be a banger for sure. The press conference, I know Dana said they're not doing the face-offs, like the promotional one that they do for Paramount. They're not doing that.
Good. Someone might die.
Yeah, that one, we're going to have a potential brawl in the crowd again. I'm super excited. So a couple weekends for that, but ladies and gentlemen, another weekend, another set of fights. As always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Hey.